awesome. I think one of the last questions I'd like to ask is like, where do you find hope in the midst of it? But before I ask that question, having experienced 2 back-to-back Category 5 hurricanes brings up a lot of emotions. We've roller coastered through many things, and so I'd like you to share some of those emotions that you felt during this time.
Well, I know during Irma, I was really terrified. I thought I had come to the end of my life and I was ready to meet my maker. No, we were on the top floor of a 3-story apartment building, and the whole building was shaking.
And we were the only 2 people
We were
in
the
the
only
building.
2 people in the building.
All our neighbors were gone.
I didn't know if the roof was going to fly off. I didn't know if the walls were going to crumble and we would end up in the bottom of a heap.
If it was going to be a landslide and the whole building was going to come down.
I was prepared to meet my maker.
And
I was saying my prayers and thanking him for what he had given me, asking him to forgive me, and if it was possible to let me see the light of his glory in the new world. Seriously, it was very terrifying.
I was just trying to comfort her.
And
so I was singing and holding her hand, and I mean, even the poor cat, she was in her bag and she never made a peep, which is unusual because she's very vocal, but to know that she was quiet too. She just was there, and that's all we could do was just hold on to each other and listen to all the glass breaking around us and the creaking and feeling the shaking and
hearing the roaring of the wind.
It was really scary.
And you know, for me, it's fight or flight, and it's usually flight.
And we tried
to
3 times to
leave, but the wind was so powerful. We would go downstairs.
We couldn't go down the stairs, our normal stairway, because it was blocked by a tree. And so we tried to go down through the little passage by our neighbors, but the wind was tunneling through there, and we couldn't pass.
Yeah.
So we had to keep going back upstairs. And then finally I said, Mom, we can't go back out there because the wind is too strong. And
we were trying to get down to the carport. I pulled the car up near to the building. But after we tried and we couldn't make it, I heard the voice of God. It had to be the voice of God saying, "You're in the safest place in this house."
And
You're
even
in
though the ceiling fell in,
place in this house. We were in an inside bathroom with a mattress over our head.
With no windows.
So
we were fine.
And after the calm came, we were singing, like Paul and Silas.
We were singing.
We were singing all the hymns that we could remember by heart. We were saying all the prayer. We were praying, and we were saying passages of scripture that we learned as children. Things that you remember over and over, and it was a source of comfort.
I think I was calm because I took that nap. And it's funny, weeks after when I went to service at the church, one of the things that Pastor Jordan was talking about was about resting, and how even though when God sends forth his word, it doesn't return void. So when Jesus and the disciples were getting ready to go across the lake to the other side, he already said, we are going to the other side. So even though they got in the boat and the storm came up, Jesus was sleeping because he already said, we're going to make it to the other side. So don't worry about what's going to happen before we get there. Know that we're going to get there. So that resonated with me, but it wasn't until, I sat there and I was like, I knew we were going to be okay. So, in my heart. So I took a nap even though I knew what was coming. And I was fine, but the next morning when my adrenaline came back down, I opened my eyes and I was looking around and I was like, okay, we're fine, we're safe, but my emotions and I started to cry, and Mom was like, no, it's okay, we're safe. And I said, no, I have to get it out now. And this was before I even went outside and saw what it looked like. I was like, I have to get it out now, because if I don't get it out now, it's just gonna come out. So it was scary.
It was, and I think it was humbling. It was a very humbling experience to know that you were still alive.
When you saw.
There was hope because God spared your life. You don't know why he spared your life, but you know that it was for a reason, that we made it through. Maybe he was trying to use, he didn't know how he's going to use you, that we're going to be a part of the rebuilding process. Because I've lived through several hurricanes.
Strength and encouragement for other people too.
So, just to be there for other people. Hope. encouragement for others. Because some people, about maybe a month later, I everything that I was telling people, well, don't worry, this and that, not be comforted, God promised not to give us more than we can bear, be encouraged, the Lord is with us, He promised never to leave us. I went to church one Sunday feeling like I was without hope, like I was ready to give up, because
you emptied your vessel and nobody was pouring into you.
You giving and giving to others, but the same thing I was saying, I needed to hear it myself. And one of the ladies in the church, she was that voice for me, because I thought I don't know I can do this anymore. I just feel like
You're ready to go.
I'm ready to quit. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
I just feel like I felt like I'm losing hope, because every day you had to think about how you were going to survive. You just focusing on how you're going to survive, what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink. Are you gonna have someplace warm to safe?
Is it gonna rain?
Is it
you
gonna
need
rain?
to cover stuff
up.
So
and then all this information coming at you. Oh, you need to do this and that,
call
and
this
see to
agency,
this,
talk
and then
to this
you
person,
listen to the
file for
radio,
this.
and you're listening to what's going on, and you hear the about the other people on the other island. So when I went to church that Sunday, and I told one of the sisters in the choir, and she said, don't worry. And she encouraged me, and she said the same thing I was saying. She said to me. And it was my turn to serve as deacon that Sunday. So when I said the intercessory prayers, I prayed a prayer for me to encourage me, but also to encourage everybody through what she said, to remind myself. I prayed it for everybody, and she said, that was a good prayer, Sarah.